Well, I think going into the game, there was a certain feeling in the locker room. I thought. I mean, I remember getting up. Usually, most players do their own thing, and I remember getting up because Chad, Marshall, and I locked eyes, and we both got up at the same time. We walked to each other and hugged and said, "We're going to make history today." And so even though it was a difficult game, I mean, you have to remember now that the format has changed and the higher seed gets the home field advantage. It is a home field advantage, so it makes it an away game for the away team. And you can't just now all of a sudden go guns blazing, come out and try to attack. You have to be careful. I think we believed in our defensive ability, which we saw as a unit from the very front to the very end. We played exceptionally well defensively. We thought that maybe at some point we'd get one or two chances the same way against the Colorado, and we had quality to maybe then take care of it. It took a bit longer for us offensively to shine, but ultimately I think in PKs, the way we took our PKs was amazing. Showed our leadership and our nerves, and the rest is history.
So you've been steady for the team all season long, and defensively this team has been very sound. Did you ever imagine that you would play such an instrumental role in the final?
I mean, honestly, it's like I said, I'm the goalkeeper. My job is to make the saves. And you're right. I think as defensively as a unit, we played really well. But a lot of times, I think teams talk about offense starting with the goalkeeper. I think for quite a while now, we talked about defense starting with the strikers. And so for us being sound defensively in this game yet again, I think is a testament to all 11 players and the guys that subbed in that were able to make it extremely difficult for Toronto to do anything really. And then when they did come through, we had guys throwing themselves at the ball and making blocks left and right, and I was able to make a save here and there. So sacrificing and do everything you can, and it gave us a chance to go into the PKs where we were able to shine offensively and win the trophy.
Quick questions about Sunday. So you talked a lot about it kind of being a fresh start when you came to Seattle. Did you know that the final had landed on the 3-year date from you coming?
No, actually, I didn't know. And I mean, I knew about my trade well in advance before it was announced. So for me, it was more when I knew I was getting traded, that's when I knew the next chapter was starting. But I didn't know that the announcement was on the same exact date. But it's pretty crazy if you think about it, all the things that the little story pieces that you could find in this if you were digging for them.
And then the other, the final one, we had a clip of you reacting to Roman's PK. Talk a little bit about the emotion in that moment. I think that was probably the best clip we saw following that.
Yeah, I mean, you go into the PKs and throughout the whole game you realize that one little thing can change it and one little thing could win it for you. But when they hit the crossbar and I get up, I realized, wow, like one kick could be it, and I see Roman getting up, and I remember just saying something to the soccer gods, please let him put this one in. And it was such a short wind-up that it almost caught me off guard. But once I saw the net moving, I didn't know what to do. Like, I just wanted to be with my guys, and yeah, it's just it's an amazing outburst of emotion. And once I finally calmed down and grabbed a hold of I think it was Charlie, and all keepers got together, it was just I mean, we were weeping. We were just couldn't believe that we achieved history.
One more on the game. I know you'll downplay it and say it was just a save, but when you go back and watch the highlights, I guess what does it mean to you to see yourself do that? And you guys work so hard in training, and what does it mean to actually pull that off in the most important game you've ever played?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, all the credit goes to our keeper unit. Tom Dutra for beginners, and the other keepers as well with Charlie, Tyler, also Matt Barsano. We've worked exceptionally hard as a unit, and I think that when people talk about a goalkeeping union, it's because only one guy can play, but we all try to push each other to make sure that when that one guy plays, he represents all of us and does it to the best of his ability. And I think our hard work that we put in accumulated to that save ultimately. For me, what does it mean personally? I mean, the stars kind of had to align for me to have to play, have to have an impact on the game with a save, and for me to be able to make it. I'm happy I was able to. And yeah, I'm just so stoked I'm part of history.
So today, obviously, a very special day, playing on the road. Not a lot of fans could travel. Good group there. But what does it mean to bring home a championship to this city?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult, especially for the away fans, to get tickets, get off of work. There's a substantial cost involved as well, but lots of guys made it out, and that is unbelievable. But we knew that there was a lot of fans that weren't able to make it. So I think once we won that thing and we were celebrating, at least for me, I know, like I was just so excited to take this trophy back home. I was looking forward to that moment when we could give it to our fans, be like, this is yours, here it is. And then when we arrived in Seattle, it was obviously amazing. And the festivities have continued. Today was incredible. I think I have some teary eyes when the footage comes out, but it's all still a bit surreal right now.
Talk a little bit about just the scene here, and what have you ever given yourself the opportunity to kind of think ahead? What would this look like if? Now you guys are here, kind of living this moment. What does this feel like to you?
I mean, you always know it would be a big occasion because we've always been supported so well, and obviously it means a tremendous amount to the city and to the community. But you saying it and envisioning it is one thing. Actually seeing it and living through it is another. There's nothing you can't really describe this moment. And I was trying to take a couple pictures while I was on the trolley, but for the most part, I wanted to just be in the moment, make sure I remember this feeling, and not be consumed so much with taking pictures, but actually living in the moment.